Right, it's Tuesday the 29th of September 2015. I've come up to the lakes once again, up to the Patterdale area. I've actually parked on the National Trust car park at Glencoyne Bay, about a mile or so north of Glenridding, and today I'm hoping to get up to Sheffield Pike, coming back over Glenridding Dodd. Now this is the lovely view there is from the car park looking across the road over to Ullswater. When I leave the car park, unfortunately there's going to be a little bit of road walking to do before I can get off the road onto a track. I was wrong in thinking I may have to do a little bit of road walking at the start. It's at the end, I think, when I'm going to have to do some. But from the car park, this little lane at the side of the road here brings you to a gate. And I'm going to go through this gate and then walk down towards the farm ahead. These are the strangely named cottages I've seldom seen. I'll be turning left shortly after I've passed them. It's a fair old climb up this hill, so I've stopped part way up on a rock to have a rest and a drink. Just off to my left as I climb the path and as I sit here, lovely view over Ullswater. And after I've had a rest, the path climbs steeply again up to a wall here. And then I think I'll follow the wall on the opposite side up to the top here. Oh, way down in the bottom here is the lane I took along towards the farm at the beginning of the walk, and it's been a heck of a climb up here. But having done what I think is the hardest climb of the day, I'm still going to be climbing, but what I hope is somewhat more gently up towards the col at Nick Head. This is the view off ahead and to the right that I have as I do so. Well, that climb's been a bit of a killer in this heat, but I'm nearly at Nick Head now, just about to turn off and start the climb up to Sheffield Pike. And I think I've found out where Bob and I went wrong when we attempted to come up here a good few years ago. Having come from Nick Head, having started off down in Glenridding that time, we came along this path at the bottom here and went down the way I've come up. We were trying to find a way up onto Sheffield Pike and missed this little path which runs just up here that I'm on now. So I don't know how we missed that. It's not glaringly obvious, but my path climbs up here now. As I said, gets to the little point you can see near the top left of the shot, and I think it's a far more gentle climb from there onto the top of Sheffield Pike. And just as off behind me here as I start the climb up, there's a steepish path goes up onto the top there, and I'm not exactly certain what that is. But off to my right as I'll be climbing, I'll have a lovely view of Cat's-Eye-Cam and Helvellyn. And here we are, Sheffield Pike. The dark pointed mass in front here is Cat's-Eye-Cam, and Helvellyn is behind. The top middle of the shot is Fairfield, just peeping out above Birkhouse Moor. Top middle of the picture is St Sunday Crag. The top point here is Red Screes, and just below and to the left is Birks. Across here is High Street, at the far right is Thornthwaite Crag. And across here are the Angletorn Pikes on the right, Place Fell on the left. I've just come a little way down from the summit to get the view off to the north and east. It's a rather lovely view down over Ullswater. Out across here is Go-Barrow Fell, where Barbara and I were the other week. And across here are Place Fell and the Angletorn Pikes. This is the second summit of the day, although it's not a Wainwright, but this is Heron Pike. This little pole here on top of Heron Pike marks the boundary between the lands owned by two landowners up here many years ago. And there's a beautiful view from here as well, absolutely stunning. This is looking down to the lower end of Ullswater and down to Glenridding Dodd, which is the next high point of the day. My path when I leave here will go down over this rather large mound in the middle bottom of the picture, down to the wall, pass through the wall and then up onto Glenridding Dodd, I would imagine. Descent down from Pike, but it looks as though it's flattening out a little bit now, the path, and I'm heading towards the mound I was looking at there earlier, preparing to go down to Glenridding Dodd. Right, I'm dropping down now and my path goes down to the bottom, to the wall here, and then swings round and down, runs along the the right side of this wall here till this little patch of scree, then goes left along by the wall and then turns up and onto the top of Gobarrow Fell. There's a chap up there who I've been following down all the way at the moment. Right, I'm just about to start the climb up onto Glenridding Dodd, having come up this path, and unfortunately I may have to come back down it as well. So where the climb starts, and the walk I'm doing sends me down a different route back into Glenridding, but I believe in parts it's a little tricky. So when I get to the top of Glenridding Dodd I'll have a decision to make, but at the moment I'm looking back up to Pike. And the way down is down the ridge pretty much to the left. And just before I reach Glenridding Dodd, looking back to, it's a little lower down than Pike. I think I can pick up some people on the way down. That's the way I came down. And from here, lovely as the views are, they're not a patch on the ones from Pike, I don't think. I have to say, in Glenridding Dodd's defence, from here there's a much closer and better view of Place Fell, the angle-torn pikes, little Hornison Crag, little in comparison to the rest of the mountains round, and in the middle of the picture here is St Sunday Crag. And it's time to leave Glenridding Dodd now, and I think I'm going to take the old miner's path down to Glenridding and walk back along the road. I think it's a safer option probably. Right, I've changed my mind. I'm going to go back as the walk instructs. I just hope I'm making the right decision, but it is short and there'll be far less road walking going this way. Well, I've just come down this horrible path up here through the woods, but fortunately I found a little bench here to sit on. The walk instructions I brought, let me say the last 100 yards are messy and slippery. The whole way from the top was messy and slippery, so I certainly wouldn't do that again. But sitting here on this little bench, thoroughly thankful that I've got down on that path unscathed. I've got a lovely view just over the road across Ullswater. Unfortunately, when I leave here I've got quite a way of road walking to do, so that might be a little tricky with the road being quite busy. Just walking along the road back to Glencoyne Bay, and I don't know how these three got here. Perhaps they own the place. And at least along this stretch there's this handy little path which keeps you away from the road and out of harm's way. And here we are, pretty much back up where the walk started. The lane behind me is where I walked out of at the beginning of the walk, and I've just a few yards now to go back to the car park, and it's been another lovely walk. Brilliant day, sunshine all the way, lovely weather, and I think Heron Pike has got to be up there with one of my favourite views in the Lake District, I have to say. Absolutely brilliant from there, and the other two weren't bad either. Shame to have to go back home really.